Good morning, gamers. We got a new update about Season 3 ranked, so I figure we're going to go through it together. As somebody who wants to solo queue to Ruby next season, which is in less than 24 hours, I really need to know how the rank system works and figure out whether it's actually worth it and whether people will be interested in ranked at all. If you guys don't really care about Terminal Attack, I don't like it either. But let's give it a fair chance. Let's hear what the man has to say before we write it off. And if it's bad, you can write it off in a few minutes. That's fine. But let's check out what they have to say about the new upcoming season.
Hey everyone,
what's up, Oscar?
The community lead for the finals, back with another episode of Community Updates. Today, we're talking about everything that has to do with the new ranked system in Season 3. Let's dive in.
Let's get it.
For Season 1 of the finals, we had one system of ranked, Fame. We realized that system wasn't great, so we took it out and we added a new system for Season 2.
Yeah, a lot of people did not like the Season 1 system. Why do you keep doing this, Oscar? I'm sorry. That's better.
Now it's become clear, after listening to all of your feedback and looking at the data, that the system we've had in Season 2 so far hasn't been the best for the game, and that we didn't quite hit the mark with what we were going for.
Yeah, people didn't really like the invisible arrows that much. Like, I believe that's the main problem people had. They wanted to know more feedback about how they perform. Yeah, let's move on.
Therefore, in Season 3, we're once more changing the game and we're redoing ranked completely. That means there are two big things we should talk about in today's video. First up, what game mode you'll be playing in ranked and why, and then secondly, how ranked will actually work.
Alright.
First off, with the launch of Season 3 of the finals, the game mode that you'll be playing in ranked is Terminal Attack. You know, the two-team 5 vs 5 attack and defense style game mode where one team tries to get the
Okay, so there's like the casual terminal attack, and there is a ranked terminal attack. I think it's really good because there were some questions about it, and now we know for sure.
Key to the terminal to start a decryption, and the other team tries to defend that from happening. Those of you who played with us in Season 2 knows what I'm talking about. This is a pretty big change for the finals, but Terminal Attack offers many things that makes us believe that it will be the preferable game mode for ranked. First of all, it's two teams.
Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going. Why is he defending? I know he has to defend the terminal attack, but he's defending it. He's on the back foot. I thought this would be maybe a temporary thing. How? Okay, I'll let you continue. But that's a warning. That's a red siren going off in my head.
Secondly, the pacing of the round-based gameplay makes more strategic gameplay.
Not wrong.
Also,
not wrong.
It's more easy to understand this game mode for the wider audience. If this change sounds
definitely true
scary, please don't fret.
Okay.
We know that cash-out tournaments are a staple in the finals, and they will continue to play a key part in the World Tour, another brand new system introduced in Season 3, which we actually released a video about already, so go check that out if you want to know more.
We have watched that. If you guys want to watch it, we'll put it on the screen after this one.
Ultimately, we do believe, though, that Terminal Attack offers things that makes it for a better competitive experience, and that's why we're making this change. But we are...
He is not wrong. When you say Terminal Attack is a better competitive experience, you are not wrong. However, personally, I am not that much of a fan. We're kind of choosing between 1,000 bees or a rock right here, honestly. Personally, I would prefer a third choice, but maybe that's what we will get in Season 4. We'll simply have to wait and see.
Going to need your feedback, so please try it out once the season is live and tell us what you feel.
I have some really good feedback, Oscar. I just tweeted it. I'm actually going to show you guys this because I wanted to maybe make a video of it, but I haven't really decided if it's worth making a video of right now. So I'm just going to mention this real quick. Basically, my main problem with TA, after having played yesterday and I was so bored, is that TA maps are too big. There's a lot of complaints I have about TA, but the main one I think is that it flows really weirdly. You won't really see the enemy even if you try your hardest. The enemy might leave and not defend, just walk all over the place. It's just chaotic, you have massive flanks or whatever. There's just so many issues with how the maps are designed. The problem is that the maps are not made for TA. So one solution, something I was expecting for Season 3 that isn't happening, is they should have used the invisible walls that they added, you know, the ones that keep you in the defender spawn and the attacker spawn, and they should have actually put you on one side each, and then you have the attacking point. You should have carved out a piece of the map in which you play. So this is Monaco. This is just an example. It's a very large example. It could probably be even closer. Notice how I basically just cut the map in half here. But by doing that, and then you have if you have the points, let's say here and here, is maybe that wouldn't be here. It doesn't really matter. Is the map, instead of having a million different paths that you can make, And it, in addition to just walking all the way back here and just kind of walking around, like you kind of naturally get this flow already, but it will still be really messy a lot of times. But by separating it into a smaller section, you get these natural lanes. There's lane 1 here through the forest. I have lane 2 through the buildings, and this could technically be 2 buildings. Maybe hotels was making this a little bit too big. That might be on me, but this is just a concept. You would have to like actually go into the map and change it. And this would not be, I'm not saying terminal attack Monaco would have to be this part. What I'm saying is you have like 3 different variations where the terminals spawn already. So what you would do is, okay, this is this version of it, but if they're spawning over on Pocket Park, you would section it the other way around, where this part is in and the rest isn't. The point being that the map would be smaller, and then it would have this lane 1, 2, and 3. Why am I talking about lane 1, 2, and 3 so much? Why am I hyping that much up so much? That's because in most tactical shooters, which TA borrows the whole concept from, at least that I've played, Counter-Strike, Valorant, are the 2 big ones. And most shooters that I played before that almost always have 3 lanes. You have the primary, the mid lane, you have a short, or like a, I shouldn't say short and long. You have and then you have a lane straight to A and a lane straight to B, and then you have flank routes and connectors and shorts and longs and all these things. But that would require changing the map around, which is a bit too much to ask. But by adding these 3 lanes, there will always be a natural flow to it, because when you're defending, you're like, they can come from here or here or here. Also, yeah, these points are usually like in the middle of the map. They're not at the edge of the map. Now, I'm doing them a lot of favor by having the points all the way by the edge of the map, but we have seen like way more central ones, in which case, where there kind of are 3 lanes here, if this would be in the middle of the map, there would be like 10 different directions the enemies can come from. And hundreds of angles. If you play Counter-Strike, if I play Banana on Inferno, they could just come from Banana. They can only come from one lane, one direction. I just have to aim in one place. Now, obviously, you have destructions and movement abilities and whatnot, so that will already be a problem. I guess you would probably liken it more to Valorant as far as tactical shooters goes, but this is a big problem. Because not only do you have all these movement abilities and you can destroy walls and whatever, but you also have several, if you go from 1 to 10 different lanes to push 1 point, compared to 1 lane and 1 angle. And when you play the mode, it just makes it feel so goofy, because you usually take a lot of damage from somebody you can't even see. Defending is really hard, and pushing up is really annoying if the enemy team just randomly decides to walk up and hide here and shoot you in the back, which I think might actually be the optimal play most of the time, assuming it will be this point, just to take the high ground. But not a fan of the map design specifically. Kyoto, in my opinion, is the worst out of all the maps when it comes to TA, because it is, I believe, the largest one. It is the most open one with so many angles. You have a million flank routes. Every building has like 4 separate floors. You have the whole bamboo forest, and while beautiful, it is very, very cluttered with a really annoying lane to run through. Like, you have to run basically with no cover, and then there's like just these pieces of bamboo everywhere that makes it hard to see the enemy. And the defenders always have like a big high ground too. Not a big fan of Kyoto. My best example that exists in the game is actually Sis Horizon, because I believe Sis Horizon actually makes the maps the way they should be. In which case, the maps are, maybe I shouldn't say that they should be, but the maps are much simpler. There's not that much like visual clutter. There's not many like weird angles. It's very blocky, very simple, which is much closer to Counter-Strike or Valorant, but it doesn't have, but it also has like a pretty good lane. Like, you usually have a limited amount of places the enemy can push from, and it usually comes down to, like, if you think about like it's all sectioned off into these different streets, and the streets have like a bridge and then 2 paths to the side and some smaller paths, but it is just more predictable, and it's more, I want to say, competitive than, you know, Kyoto is in comparison. That's just like my thoughts on it. I was debating doing a whole video covering this. I have a review coming up a little bit later today, talking about the new season in general, because I do have a few things that I have a problem with. But this specific thing, upon a lot of pondering, is something that I would love to see them look over in the future. But either way, that's something I would change with terminal attack if I had a chance. That's my feedback. Let's continue talking about rank.
I should also mention that in order to make Terminal Attack ready for ranked, we made improvements and changes to it.
They did, just not enough.
One of the things that I'll talk upon briefly is that we've made it so that in order to start a decryption, the attackers must escort the key to the terminal and then interact with the terminal for just a couple seconds.
So basically you need to plant it like the bomb in CS and Valorant, which I think is a very good change.
We did this because after listening to our community, it turned out that it was way too easy for the attacking team to become the defending team by just rushing to the terminal and throwing in the key.
100%.
This won't happen anymore, as the attacking team now needs to strategically escort the key to the terminal, interact with a couple of seconds, and then start the decryption. We hope this is also one of the things that will make this for a better experience in ranked overall.
It is.
Now, let's dive.
I 100%. I very much like this change. Out of all the changes, that is one of my favorite changes. Very smart to make it closer to other like Counter-Strike or Valorant.
Dive into the second topic of today's video, which is how will ranked actually work? Well, first of all, we have completely removed the old rank system from the finals.
It's gone.
And instead replaced it with a brand new system that much more accurately depicts and measures skill. Your rank score will also be completely visible to you in the game, so you can see exactly how close you are to ranking up or falling down between the leagues. At the end of each match, your rank score will either go up or down based on the outcome of the game.
That is so good. I was wondering because we're gonna do the solo challenge. You get like over 1,000 points. That's amazing. So you gotta like you gotta win less than 50 games to qualify to do solo to Ruby. That's awesome.
If you won or lost. How much that increase or loss is depends on the skill rating of your opponent. Also, we made it so at the end of a ranked game, you'll see both your skill rating and the skill rating.
That's
of your
a great change.
Something that we hope offers more insight into why your rank changed the way it did at the end of a game.
What I'm wondering is, I assume you can't see the rank at all then, otherwise. Which I think is really good, because that was a problem, a big complaint I had in Season 2 especially, but because by showing the ranks, people would be scared and make some stupid pushes because they were afraid of who they were playing against. Or maybe they'll make way too aggressive pushes, assuming that they were free kills most of the time they were, and then we just lead to unorganic games. So this is a good change overall. And if you go back to cash out, I think this is the way to do it as well.
Hopefully all of these changes make for a much more enjoyable and understandable ranked experience, but we really won't know for sure until the game is live with Season 3
100%.
and all of you have played it and tested it out. So really, please do play ranked once it's live and tell us what got better, what got worse, and how you feel about it.
Like, I know, I'm... I love that statement. I know, I am sure there's nothing behind it. But if we just take it at a surface level...
The game is live with Season 3, and all of you have played it and tested it out. So really, please do play ranked once...
I'm sorry, it's just so memeable. I'm sorry, Oscar. Oh, sorry, I keep doing that.
It's live.
Like, it's just so memeable. Please play ranked. Please. I know he's just doing a call to action, like, do try it out so you get the data, but it just... Man. It does sound desperate in a little way, you know?
And tell us what got better, what got worse, and how you feel about it.
But yeah, that's also like something I said as well. I think that when it comes to ranked, or TA even, is that I have my qualms about the balancing and, again, the map size that we covered and whatever. But I think that generally speaking, a lot of the problems with TA are because we've only played it in a casual mode. I played it in a playtest and a preview, and I played it in Season 2 briefly. And, you know, when nobody cares, there's no strategy, everyone's just kind of running around, there's no point to attack or defend. Like, you don't really get to play the mode in its true colors. So maybe none of the complaints, not even my complaint about the size of the map matters when people are actually trying. But a lot of our feedback or complaints, you could argue, aren't valid. As fun it is to meme Oscar here, saying please play rank. A lot of our complaints aren't valid because we haven't played it in a true competitive format or had a true competitive experience. Well, most of you guys watching have probably not even played the new TA at all, so do give it a try and see what you think about it. And then if you don't like it, you can complain about it. I mean, I'll be going for solo to Ruby on first day, and seeing you can get like 1,000 points from a game makes it more likely for me to do that. I have a bit of a hard out. I think I have like 20 hours, maybe 30 hours. If it takes longer than that, I have to go because we have DreamHack Summer this weekend, which I'm hoping to see some of you guys there. If you guys are going, make sure to use code Ottr for 15% off those tickets. We're going to have a meet and greet on the Saturday at 4:30 p.m. It's going to be awesome. We might also stream out of there, depending on how long we stay. But we will be there on Saturday 100%, so I hope to see you guys there. But that does mean if this takes too long, I will have to cancel it. And depending on my experience, I might play ranked TA more. But my first immediate thought upon hearing about ranked TA and then playing it myself is that I'm probably gonna do like solo to Ruby and get it done, hopefully, and then never touch rank again. Like, that's my first impression of ranked TA. Again, I could be wrong, it could be fun, but I feel like it won't be that fun overall. But I'm curious to hear like what you guys think about ranked TA in general, and like if you even would want to watch a solo to Ruby challenge or any content about ranked TA to begin with, because there was a very negative feedback from the player base, and like if it's a lot of work to do and nobody's interested in the challenge at all, why wouldn't I even like what would I even be doing it in the first place? But yeah, just let me know in the comments. Let's keep watching.
Now, there's one last exciting thing we should talk about before we end this video, and that is that we are in Season 3 introducing a brand new rank for our best competitors.
Yeah!
Ruby.
Yeah!
Ruby is a unique rank in that it is only for the top 500 players on the leaderboard. Ruby also comes with unique rewards.
Let's go.
Is that while other ranks reward you for your highest achieved skill rating during the season, say that if you make it to platinum and then you fall down to gold, you'll still get the platinum rewards. However, with Ruby, you must end the season in the top 500 in order to qualify for the Ruby rewards.
I like that a lot. The only problem I have is that we're like kind of like a half Apex situation where it's a top 500 of the rank, and seeing as you gain points by playing, maybe you don't really gain that much if you only play against players that are way lower skilled than you. But I feel like it's going to be a bit of a time grind. I haven't played it at all, so I could be wrong. But like my first impression is this might be a very big time sink for the top 500 if you want to keep it. Like, or you have to play several games a day, several hours a day just to stay relevant. Hopefully it's not like that, and you just have to play a handful of games a day, or maybe even a week, just to maintain your rank and show that, oh yeah, I'm good. We'll simply have to wait and see. He hasn't mentioned ranked DK yet, and I am curious about that, but we just have to wait and see.
That means this is truly a challenge for the best of the best and for our most skilled competitors. I don't think I'll make it into Ruby rank, but you might, and hey, the skins are really worth trying to get. Now, that just about wraps up everything that I wanted to talk about in today's video. Please do comment your initial reactions and feedback in the comment below, and we will...
Yeah, comment the initial feedback and reactions in my comments below. Sorry, Oscar, I'm taking your reactions. But if you guys do have a lot of things to say, go hop in and tell my boy about it on the video right here. But anyways, that was it. A bit of a long video for a 5-minute ranked update. We have more videos coming out, though. Hit the subscribe and like, and I'll see you all next time. Okay, peace out. Bye-bye. Hey, do.